Welcome to the channel where you will find love, laughs, and DIYs. My name is Crafty Kathy, and I'm so happy and thankful that you came to craft with me today. My normal schedule right now for Christmas is Tuesdays and Fridays at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, but I'm participating in the Crafting Cousins Thrift Flip Road Trip. We're going to talk about that soon, but right now, let's just dive on in. The first project I have came to me by way of thrift store, and guys, I really lucked up on this one, but it was in kind of rough shape because I think somebody had it hanging outside. It's really nice, it's sturdy, it's made well, but it was filthy. So just from hanging outside, you could tell. So I took it inside and I cleaned it up. And I didn't even do like a whole paint job because, to be honest with you, I was being lazy and I did not want to take the glass out. So I just painted that whole bottom part white the best I could. I didn't even touch the top. I've got this wreath from the Dollar General. I got it when it was like 90% off. I think I paid like $1.10 for it. And I was looking at it and I thought, you know, the leaves that are in here, I can use that as a filler. These were very easy just to pop out, so I went around to every other one and popped them out. And then I ran and grabbed my Christmas florals that I got from Walmart. I think I paid $3.97 for these bushes, but they're well worth it. They're called pinecone berry pick. So what I like to do is just cut those off down at the bottom. And I literally just kind of, since they had the wire in them, I just kind of curled them so that they would just perfectly fit around this small wreath. And I just popped them right back in the place where I pulled the other one out. And there was no need to even use any type of wire or glue or anything to have to secure these because they stuck right in that wreath very well. I did a lot of adding and taking away to get it exactly how I wanted it. And in the end, I think I pulled every one of those leaves out of there except for the two ones that were in the front because I thought that they gave it a little something different. And really, that's all you're going to see. So that's all there was to my wreath, and now it's ready to go. So now we're just going to simply assemble it. I took some polyfill and I fluffed it up. And I'm sorry for this angle. It's the only way I could get it to where you could see good what I was doing. But I fluffed up my polyfill really well and I laid that down. Years ago, I had thrifted some big, like Lego style blocks that are wooden, and I stuck one of those in there sideways, and I have 3 battery operated candles that I'm going to set inside this, and then I'm just going to cover up the front of that wooden block with a little bit more polyfill so you can't see that part. I just wanted my candles kind of up on some type of riser, and then I'm just going to set my wreath right down over the top of this. I thought it needed something else in there, and I got these bells at Walmart. They were 4 for $2.68, and they're little mini ornaments, but they're beautiful bells, and they're like a, I don't know, muted gold color, I guess you could say. And I clipped the little tops off of those, and I set 2 of them up in the front, and then I'm going to place one down on the bottom left-hand side. And I'm not the greatest at making bows, and I made 3 different bows, and none of them suited me the way that the last one did. Let me know which one you think is the best. I did like this one. It says Merry Christmas all over it, but I got this at the Dollar General, and I noticed that the Merry Christmas just kept getting lighter and lighter as it went down, like they didn't print it very well. And it looked okay with it, don't get me wrong. And I did this method where you just make the loops and then you twist and make another loop. Well, that's not the one that I stayed on. I found this piece of ribbon that had red birds on it, and y'all know that I'm really been into the red birds, and I know that a lot of you guys are too because I've had a lot of compliments because they were saying other people don't really do a lot of red birds, and I've been wearing it out this Christmas, so I hope that you guys do like this. But I just did the figure 8 bow because that's pretty much all I had room for. I definitely wanted long tails on it. And then I just put it up on the top and used like a piece of jute to just tie it to the little hanger part up here. I don't know, I like the way that the bow looked on the one that said Merry Christmas, but this one just fit the woodland theme, and I thought that it looked really good. And I mean, it's red birds, and I'm definitely going to do a red bird and kind of woodland theme this year in my house. So this one's staying at my house. It's not going in the booth. Let me know what y'all think about this one.
Then you know it's Christmas when the snow starts to fall. Then you know it's Christmas for the children above all. Then you know it's Christmas 'cause Santa's on his way. We'll stand under the mistletoe, and then it's Christmas Day. The joyful times we witness forever stays with us. Soon Rudolph hears his whistle.
Today, I'm participating in the Crafting Cousins Thrift Flip Road Trip Open Challenge playlist, and this time it is hosted by Sammy at Unicorn Dust Designs. Now, Miss Sammy and Kay and Trish are all excellent crafters, and I am so glad that they put on this playlist. It's so fun to do the Thrift Flip Road Trip. Any creator can participate in this playlist, and it's anybody that likes to do thrift flips. And it's amazing, it's fun, and there's people from all over that join in on the playlist. I'm going to leave all of them in the description box below, so when you're finished with my video, make sure you go down and show them some love and watch their videos. And hey, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I would love for you to hit that little red button and become a part of our family here on YouTube. My videos right now are every Tuesday and Friday, usually, unless there's a playlist, and it's at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. And if you would, please hit the like button because it really helps me out on YouTube. Now, let's get back into these DIYs. Let's go into number 2. This one is going to be super simple. This is a little bird that my husband got for me at a thrift store in Georgia when he was working down there. And it's really cute. I think there's 2 of them, but I haven't gotten the rest of my Christmas stuff out yet. So the other one is probably still packed up in a tote somewhere. But some way I got a hold of this one. And I love this little bird the way it is. But I just wanted to add a little pizzazz. I got a couple of these little fabric squares to make different things during Christmas, and they're fuzzy, and this one is white. And what I'm going to do is just look at his wings, and I'm just simply going to draw a pattern that I think is going to be close to the size of his wings, and I'm just drawing it on a piece of scrap paper. And once I got my pattern all drawn out, I flipped over my little piece of fur, and I'm just going to draw with this Sharpie that same pattern on the back so I know where to cut at, and I cut both of them out. Then I'm just going to use my hot glue gun, and I'm just going to put a really good bit of hot glue down, and I'm going to go and start at the bottom, the part that's at the bottom of his wing there, and I started just gluing that on. Now I want the back of the feathers just to kind of fly, but all of the rest of this little fabric is going to be glued down right around his little wing. And I made sure to wear my little finger protectors because you'll burn yourself real quick doing this. I was really surprised that I cut this pattern pretty darn close to the size of his wings. Now, it doesn't have to be exact, and you could really do this with any little figurine like this if you think about it, because the fur that was on this little piece of fabric, it kind of covers up any imperfections that you have. And when I finished, it really did look like little feathers, and it's really cute. So now my mind is thinking all kinds of stuff that I can add this to, like angel wings. There's just all kinds of stuff. Any kind of little bird, I think this would be cute. So now I'm going to go around my house looking for all the birds so I can do this because it turned out so darn cute. So anyways, I just trimmed the bottom parts that I didn't want, that were like a little bit too long, and I kind of trimmed them in a V shape so it went backward just the way that a wing normally would do. And I hope you like this one. I just paired it with a little nest and put some snow on the top, a little piece of greenery, and a tiny bow and some pine cones. Simple, simple thrift flips.
Of love and sympathy, I've been waiting by the phone, and this song will meet you at the door. This Christmas will be something unreal.
Our third DIY is nothing new. You guys have seen it before, but I wanted to put my spin on it. This little foam tree, I got about 10 of them at the thrift store for, I think, 50 cents, really cheap. And remember a few years ago when the little sock gnomes and penguins and snowmen were all the rage? Well, I've never made the gnome before, so I'm going to show you how I make the gnome. Okay, so you cut your sock off right up above the heel, and this is just a Dollar Tree sock, nothing special. I set it down in a cup so it will be easy to pour my rice in there. And you really need about 3 cups of rice to make him really good and full. I only had 2 cups, but I made it work. So I just filled my little sock up with the rice. And from time to time, you pull your little sock out and kind of pounce it so that the rice will kind of settle down. You almost want your gnome to be in not a totally rounded shape, but kind of a little squared shape. I got this essence, it's called. It's almost like I don't think it's an essential oil. I'm not sure what they are, but they're the scents that come from the Dollar Tree. And this one was a pine scent. And I put a pretty good amount of it on my rice because I always, when I make these, love to have some kind of smell in them, whether it's the peppermint essential oils or whatever, because you can smell it as they sit there, and I love that. So I just kind of squished it around, got it to the size that I want it, and I'm just going to use one of those very, very small elastics, and I'm going to tie it around the top 3 times. And then for double security, I go ahead and tie one more elastic on the top around 3 times, just like I did the first one. Then you want to make his nose, and literally all you do to make his nose is just get you a good little chunk right up toward the top, and then you're going to use your elastic and go around that nose 3 times, and that's going to stop that rice from falling back in there, so you've got a perfect, cute little round gnome nose. Then I pull my fur back out, and I'm going to make his little beard. Now, usually when I make a beard, I go across 3.5 inches, and I want it to be 4 inches long. And you just make it in a simple V shape. And just make sure that you cut a little notch at the top of it so you can slide it right underneath his little nose. And then you just cut it out. Next, when I make sure that it's going to fit correctly, I just get my hot glue and I'm going to go right at the top. I start off always that top part because it goes right under his nose. It's just easier to put it on that way. And I only go down just a little bit of the way. I don't go down all the way with the beard because we're going to put a little outfit on him. I got these socks at the Dollar Tree and I cut them off at the heel once again, just like I did the other. And you're going to put that heel in the back of him. You don't want it to be up in the front because it's just a little, kind of like a little bulge. And you will see it if you put it in the front. So just put that in the back of your gnome and you pull it up. And then just make sure that you make a little cuff up at the top, and you're going to use just a couple of little beads of hot glue all around his little body so that his little outfit there will kind of stay put. And to separate his top half from his bottom half, I'm using this little black and white rope that I get from the Dollar General. I absolutely love this to put it around the center part because it kind of gives a break, you know, where you can tell his bottom half from his top half. And I just tie it in a simple knot there, kind of off to the side. And then I fluffed out his little beard. Now I'm going to take this little cone, and this is going to go under his hat to make his hat stick up. And I just make sure that the top of his head is flattened down. I put a lot of hot glue on my cone and put it right on the very top there. Then I'm going to cut the other sock off at the heel just like I did the first one. And this is actually going to be his hat. And you do the same thing and make sure you keep that heel in the back part. And then you just pull it right down over that little cone. And he has a perfect gnome hat every time. Make sure you make a little cuff all the way around it and go around it with your little dabs of hot glue to make sure that it stays in place and it doesn't move. I really hope that you guys are enjoying this content. I know it's very simplistic and not like what I usually do, but you know everybody in my house has kind of had this crud that's going around, and I've had it too. Haven't been feeling too well, so I just did some really very simple woodland themed DIYs, and I hope you guys are liking these. I took this little snowflake and I'm just going to paint it white with my Waverly white chalk paint. I get these ornaments at Walmart for like $3.98 I think, and it's a pack of 12, and they're just different little wood shapes, and I absolutely love these. We're going to put this on his hat. And if you've been watching my Christmas videos, you guys know that I absolutely love to put my faux snow and my little diamond glitter that I get from Walmart on everything at Christmas time. So this is no exception. I glittered him up. And then I'm just going to glue that little snowflake right in the very center of his hat. I was going to use that tiny pine cone, but it just seemed like it was too much. I wanted his nose to have some kind of color to it instead of just being plain old white like I saw the other ones. And at first I painted it ballet slipper because I thought, well, he's going to be cold and his little nose is going to be kind of pinky. But I didn't like the color of that. So I just used a tan color, and it's made by Folk Art. It's called Terracotta Tan, and it looked so much better for a little nose. And I just had to put a little button on the side of his hat. I picked a little black one because it went with it. And then I just put like a little elastic at the very top of his hat to kind of make it look like a little ball up there. I hope you like this one, and let me know what you think about him.
It's December again. I can't believe it. Whatever happened to the rest of the year? It went by so fast, I barely did see it.
If you guys stuck with me through this whole video, I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all. If this is the first time that you've ever been to my channel, I totally forgot to tell you welcome. I'm so glad you came. And guys, if you are returning, I am so glad that you're here too. I really do appreciate and love each and every one of y'all, and I do appreciate all of your likes and your subscribes and all the support that you give me. I thank you so very much from the bottom of my heart. Guys, don't forget to go check out the playlist. I'm going to leave it in the description box. Go check out those other creators and show them some love, and let them know that Crafty Kathy sent you. And let me know what you think about this woodland theme. I hope that this was okay. Like I said, it's very different from my usual content. And I will be seeing you guys soon. Don't forget, every Tuesday and Friday at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. If the schedule changes with it being Christmas and there's a lot of playlists, I always post it on our community tab. I love y'all. Bye.